Dean go seo head vector tú scáil. Regi mu se tá go go grammar an cetar bord. Ní rosa go déhí go le hálú dá. Bhí mo weithir chirid si go daingen sna siagaí agus deimethá si ar eistir leis na siagaí agus bheith si ar hiúil ar fá cookies. Chialaí se sin go de si a láir fá cookiese. Agus go mbeadh si bíráte. Sílam gur ón dearcú sin fír háhata a múnlú maid na héin. Go bhfuil a síl in da dimension eile agus go mín daoine maith agus iste hanú an gnanastí fo héin. Deir mo chara go ró trí chreidú in Nepal, Buddhism, Hinduism agus tourism. Agus tá léagam lí ahan cheandanna ciridí sin.
Cynnearsta a chael tamid andródú go deo gúil tú agad in seo marí speisialta agus go maid tún céadún dá chéad agus go fada go maid a feán a scaoilegan an deo i léocht sin agus go ról madlú agus an tionchrata agad ar óg agus ar han.
A few years ago, I moved to a small village in the northwest of Ireland. I became neighbour to the poet Cathal O Searcaigh, who was affectionately known as the Guru of the Hills. Since I'd been a student, I've been captivated by his poetry, which spoke of identity, loneliness, and homosexual love. Cathal chose to write in Irish, my own native tongue, and he travelled to the Kingdom of Nepal every year to concentrate on his writings. He was not your typical hero. Nonetheless, to me, he was heroic. I was proud of his poetry, and I admired his bravery in coming out as a gay man living in a small rural community.
Agus ma hatbag. Ní higlam hol etje bigan ma hatbag a chaiwas. Coidú an hatta seohanis coid. Hawata da ma persona an hatbag seo.
I was 11 when I first met Cathal O Searcaigh. It was 1977 and Cathal was 21. I remember him sitting on the bonnet of a car in a lotus position, surrounded by a group of teenagers, holding court about chanting and meditation. This image of Cathal, the mysterious shaman, always stayed with me. Years later, when we met again, he was living alone in the hills of Donegal, writing poetry furiously, paying no heed to the whisperings of local folk who said he was wasting his time. Cathal warmly welcomed me into his world, telling me stories of his life.
Sin Prem ac níl pacta sin a mai bach basini. Betir a cheadúir a Cathal I Kathmandu. Is cinnte gur sin an chead édach a bhíarnar a Cathal sa.
So Kenny Russian there having to get hair in these.
Well, níl hatfa betir sé bí anna díag na mar sin. Cuid díag sé díag. Tá Prem ortíthugam mar wach spiridalte níor hawlana a riau gychgol yma fa y meher leis an chlínú eri atá anamsa is merwyltje tom. Sinna agus cahaw tíléin i gúrú na groch tú muid an cha cor an arge chiliú dan na brataha orni na prayer flags. Well, ik heb weer Wilma lish, Huma hart cornel. Wilma stal, agus het midjen sin er a thread. Nar hasi shavinu du ken hiel a vili dun karka. Sin gajirak en hiel kierna tali min ye. Tegudu lom laitra goro kangil fu yahigum lish. Kahimaj, Kejuwinch and Snemirawilchi Bagashin a Harley and Dun Golahewil.
Carl's story of meeting Prem fascinated me. I loved the idea of a world full of people destined to meet each other. For 10 years now, Carl had been travelling to Nepal to be with Prem and work on his writings. Then one winter, Carl invited me to go on the journey with him to discover his Nepalese world. On the day of Cahill's arrival, Prem would go to a nearby hotel and especially prepare a room for him. Every year, Cahill stayed in room 405 of the Hotel Buddha, his window overlooking the city of Kathmandu.
Hello. Hello, my darling. And Shantaram. Oh, come on. I feel like a proper guru in the group now. Guru Mayagut. Guru Mayagut.
Irish plus Nepalese, you can write.
Gotta work. Ireland. That'll get me.
Yeah.
Purpose of visit?
Nothing.
Oh, look at that. So beautiful.
I mean, what? You don't have chocolate,
Huh?
You don't have chocolate?
I also have chocolate. And do you know which chocolate it is?
Emerald?
No, not dairy milk. Butlers.
Oh, but he's an elephant.
Did you see the rally in Mignolet? Everybody comes out to see it. It's always a big day. But over the last number of years when it took place, it was always raining, so it was very cold to be out watching. I remember my father used to come out and watch it as well. Everybody did. And they tell you well in advance, and you have to keep animals off the road if you have sheep or cows or elephants or whatever people have.
Because our buffalo go to the river and
Can't go from outside because there is the car race, you know.
Cantan ar odíhui a bhé mar mór in Nepal na go bhfuil fish agus diagarí óga go mór ar a suaimneas le na cheile. Nuair a chuim anor dús agus hanig ma feróga siúil in na cheile leabhar lew, teagú do go roma san na ceart.
told me he helped Prem in every way he could. He paid for his education and rented a room for him in Kathmandu. Now he supported his little jewellery shop in the city's tourist area. He believed that the shop gave Prem status amongst his own Nepalese people.
धेरै वर्ष पहिलाको कुरा हो आजभन्दा करिब 10 वर्ष पहिला जति होला अनि म एउटा सानो गेस्ट हाउसमा काम गर्थेँ तिम्रो गेस्ट हाउसमा नर्सिङ क्याम्पमा थमेलमा माथि अनि त्यो बेलामा ठ्याक्क काल अब त्यहाँ उभिरहनु भएको रहेछ थमेल चोकमा उभिरहनु भएको रहेछ काल अनि त्यसपछि मैले हेलो भने अनि उहाँले पनि हेलो भन्नुभयो धेरै खुसी लागेको थियो पहिलो पटक राम्रो मान्छे भेटेको हैन कालबाट चाहिँ राम्रै हुन्छ भन्ने चाहिँ आश थियो जो ठिकै भयो आशा गरेको अनुसार मान्छे राम्रो हुनुहुन्छ
मुसी मुसी मुसी
सानो मुसी हो
सानो मुसी 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 Naina bíana tan gúil agus an cardis atá adring edal in édiad. Gydiglin bheith go mór ar suainnes a go deata chéile, salta winchas go deata chéile a rud a bíale gus gaige dhéana. A gragam dó. Oh, so nice.
Okay, go है अब जान्छ ल
Prem had an arranged marriage, and what an arrangement. It's been a hugely successful arrangement and a wonderful arrangement, and I had a hand in it, to a certain extent, because as a surrogate father, I certainly was asked to lend my advice and approval to this marriage of convenience. You know, that idea that we have in Western Europe of falling madly and passionately in love, you know, sometimes is so absurd and ridiculous. This is a much more business arrangement and a much more civilized arrangement as well. Because these boys have no experience of girls. None whatsoever. I mean, not in the way that Western kids associate with girls. There's a huge big gap. I mean, all of those boys that I know, many of them have never been to discos. Many have never been in any sort of close encounter with a girl. And so, you know, all of that is a mystery until suddenly, you know, in one fell swoop, you have to deal with it. Yeah. But he has managed very effectively.
Cathal introduced me to one of his closest friends in Nepal, Shantaram. They had been friends for over 5 years. Shantaram was from a small village in the Kathmandu Valley, and Cathal rented a room for him in the city, and he was supporting him in his education.
I met the first time in Cathal in the road, and he expect me to go to the hotel, and this is the garden of the Buddha hotels, and then this is the first day I met the Cathal and took a picture. These 4 pictures, and I saved these pictures. I have other copy also. Yeah? And I never forget these pictures and these days.
Is an seohat am a haila an a ríirh se has an éiring. Tá a bhaid ní smó gúla gom lí Nepal na mar bhí riolí daoine an éiring. Cinndan na rudaí dearfá a hárlaidú agus mé ar a bhanscad ná gur hitme an ngarálí daine. Bhí me bitir hartfa jaimlíanna gan nám. Agus go tobann háart a carú hanig man bóilbeag seo i teart na scala ar a chéad le. Agus é faite agus sinneanta agus galanta. Hanig man salas seo háartar. Tí mé é teart thugam agus an salas a gal méid agus i gcírí níos leideire agus teagúdú gur be sin an fear bheith fiú háhatha a mo híal níos fuidir ré. Agus sin mar a hála cén nach ró teangháil go na chéna héile ag an lísin. Scamnean go danig seagam agus gurútelam go ró se an ngrálí ban agus ní hacalam ghlaca lísin. Bhela bhín ígó i gceistin sin. Agus me se réilm hen, dinta deach lei se bheith an ngrálí ban agus meisiige. Agus run se dhéad cíneal an rud sin a bhíúdú. Go ró sin ag freigart a bhré ar gáin na deach lomsa a bheith freigart ífa. Ach ní éistehan leis, ní ró clúas éisteata agamsa lí tóirtar a híneal sin rud a Harbí. Agus in sa dearú dag se mar bigan dó. Ar fá couple blian bhí mo híal dú. Bhí se mar a bhain a gabhar síos an san divagan sin a tá stíon in ar fád. Ach áhfuil go leor dírílumm a harta maithe sin, agus sílumm gur ben toras go Nepal gur chabhraí se sinlumm go mór.
I'd never known how deeply Cahall's first relationship had wounded him. And for the first time I realized how painful that breakup must have been. The relationship had been a secret one. It happened before Cahall came out as a gay man. So he would have been left with no support for a broken heart. But it was ironic that Nepal, the country where he found release from depression, had a society that suffered from homophobia. Although men were openly tactile and affectionate towards each other, homosexuality was not tolerated within Nepalese culture.
No problem.
Now be careful anyway, don't try anything dramatic. You have to teach Prem how not to get water into his mouth and... Oh! You were floating, weren't you?
Last time I heard there is some step car, so I hurt my knee here because I don't know.
Be careful. You're very good at splashing, Prem. I'm not sure about swimming. The lake has become much rougher since you started. You know how your belly rumbles when you're hungry?
Yeah. How do you know?
Because I've written a haiku about it.
Now we are in the same situation, girl.
Waiting for dal bhat. My haikus rumble with hunger.
Yes, now you are so right.
It's settled.
Cathal liked to explore different parts of Nepal. So after a few weeks, we went on a trek through the mountains. Prem and Shantaram usually accompanied Cathal. They translated for him, bartered for him, carried his bags, and kept him company. In the evening, we stopped for the night at a sleeping lodge along the trekking route. Cathal invited a young village boy, Ram, who walked past the lodge to join the three of them for dinner.
It's round. Does he fish? No, but does he fish? Does he fish?
Yes.
Does he fish?
Yes.
Yes?
Salam Martha.
They have lots of fish.
Yeah. And you eat fish at home? In your house? Does he eat fish?
घरमा उता गाउँमा खाना माछा खान्छ है त्यो अनि
My village is...
Village
is...
oh. तिमीलाई सिकाउनु लाग्यो
फेरि गाउँको लुलाङ लुलाङ लुलाङ
After the meal, Ram went upstairs with Cathal and spent the night with him in his room. I was taken aback. Ram was a village boy with no English, and it seemed to me that Cathal and Ram were worlds apart. The next morning I waited to see Ram. I wanted to see his face. I thought he would run away back to his village, but he didn't. Instead, he sat close by Cathal, and I told myself it must be okay, as the boy seemed happy to be with him.
That'll fit him, he's broad shoulders. Huh? It has to be small.
Free size
Free size, yes. And he's, well, that would fit him fine. Yeah?
The next day, Ram was gone, and we returned to Kathmandu. I wanted to talk to Cathal about what I had seen at the lodge, but I didn't know how. Cathal was a gay man who overtly spoke about his sexuality, but I was unprepared to see him with a boy so young. He was nearly 50, and he told me that Ram was 17. I felt I had no right to judge him for being with a boy who was above the age of consent. I remembered Cathal's story of his first love in Ireland. He spoke of the pain of having to conceal a relationship, of the inner conflict that rages in a heart that must deny love in order to appease a society. His first great love was the subject of much of his writing. He had to confront his fears, and when his lover finally left him, he was exhausted, sad and empty.
Bhí me in ngárális go heile agus gamla. Agus... an cíneal sin grá higlis bheith ínta obsessive agus ínta possessive. Na bhile siúil leúir de dhéanaan, bhile é ihe. Agus higlí sin bheith miltin a daintear a fásta. Mar an sin tógann tú bailí hátar a dhéanaan. Níor hastíí wumsa go má teanghile galí dainnear bíile a bhain mise. Thóg má bailí Berlin hátar agus níor cheadaí me dá analú fiú bhain. Sin candan a rodí a dóla ma ó hanna me go Nepal nach díglaid sin dhéanú agus go gaithí tú scóp agus síorse a hóirt dá de leanan. Emat mas mín leis. Agus nar I ceadan tú da ghaoine emat, bhela ionta aiste tíg sé do ráis ríiste chud. Níl teiran na chéidir bíthe go mar rinnear bíthe bhfuil má mór le honis. Agus tá má bhaid ní sonna na mo héin do bhhair sin. Níl má mar bhárneach geramíthe da gneataile.
I understood how important it was to Cathal never to be so dependent on those close to him again. But I couldn't help feeling that it was his Nepalese friends that were now the dependent ones. Cathal told me that he preferred to give money directly to the boys and not through charities. He helped many of them with their college fees. Most had come from villages and moved to the city, hoping for a brighter future.
तपाईले ठुलो भइसक्यो धेरै छन् कि म्याक्सिमम छन् साथीहरू साथ भेट्दै सबै उहाँको साथीहरू नै धेरै छन् साथीहरू मसँग चिनजान हुँदा त्यतिखेर प्रेम थियो एकजना अनि शान्ताराम अनि त्यो एकजना रवि होइन ट्रेकिङ गाइड छ नि के भन्छ नामै बिर्सेछु थियो चारमा नाना वर्षै पछि आउँदै बढ्छ है साथीहरू अनि कतिजनालाई टाइम दिने अहिले त 12-14 जना भइसकेको छ नि त बढी होला
I like the chicken quiche also, but this time is not a chicken good.
Quiche.
Please?
Quiche. I don't mind. I'm very bad at pronouncing.
Chicken quiche.
I think they say quiche. You say quiche, I say quiche. It's a very difficult word to say.
Yeah.
Q-U-I-C-H-E.
Q-U-I-C-H-E.
Yeah. Quiche.
Quiche.
Maybe I am in my village. If I don't have meat to him, I'm doing farming for to others and maybe learning the swimming. He's as God for me. Real God for me.
Do you love him?
Yes. Why not? Then my heart and then my body, I love to him.
Tastian ogini eva mór li actrani li cuarchari shilinshid no gur rahashin hun fiosh di fagus gujahain cuarchar es kinchen ahul spacegumans and rodadorin Guinness Tarasarata Brahim Golshan and Tadanchar agus Enchim donna boholi agus tan erichanaku walanya gumsaru na dainishin fad go gajim la enchim difa go gahisha de inta kavada ko fadagus wonyan li kursi gnesh agus matashid egal wugial li tarsari go gahishid eva kenche go wel condoms aku agus go wel shid fahila agus er gavad shin rod the jerum Li ahananya goel anya gomaru. Darno yata galora ku eta ko sinyantishin. Esmenika karu keshtarumsa. And sho, what is sex? Sho bohuli becherta shejiak shart nyanajiak dish. Go well and agus and sinyantachin chincha vem gomorarum agus Brahim goel shatawata gunyanhi and sinyantachin a chlénú
Excuse me?
Yes?
You need to clean the room, sir?
No, it's okay.
No, Jane's bed?
No.
Good, look.
Prem usually does it. It's okay.
Thank you, thank you.
Prem and Shantaram did as much as they could for Cathal. They would come to the hotel to see if he needed anything. Many of their evenings were spent helping Cathal buy clothes for the boys he had befriended.
It looks too big for him.
Yeah, for him,
It's not.
yeah.
People are small there. Yeah, that's pretty. That's beautiful, but it's too big for my sati. Too. What about that, Prem? Prem, what do you think with that size?
Fine, sir.
Would it?
This is fine.
Huh? I think that would be too big for you.
No.
No, it's not for Prem. It's for somebody less. It looks very wide.
Yeah,
You know, that-
items are came in free size.
Yeah, but some people
Yeah,
are not big enough to
yeah.
fill free size.
Yeah, thin, sir. पहिला म यहाँबाट आयरल्यान्ड गएर आएपछि आयरल्यान्ड गएर आएपछि कालको घरमा बसेँ म कति 2 महिना जति बसेपछि अनि फर्केर आएपछि अनि उहाँले चाहिँ धर्मपुत्र बनाउने कुरा गर्नुभएको अनि
And do you remember the moment, like how did it happen? Did he say it to you or did you like how did it happen?
या उहाँले भन्नुभयो मलाई म अब चाहिँ साथी होइन म छोरा नै बनाउँछु भनेर भन्नुभयो उहाँले अनि त्यसरी नै उहाँले चाहिँ अनि छोरा बनाउनु भन्नुभएको उहाँले नै भन्नुभएको कालले नै
And how did you feel?
ए आई फिल भेरी ह्याप्पी मलाई धेरै खुसी लाग्यो राम्रो लाग्यो जे होस् अनि मैले काललाई भेट्दा मेरो बुबा हुनुहुन्न थियो मेरो बुबा त्यो बेला खसिसक्नु भएको थियो अनि जे होस् एकजना बुवा गुमाए पनि मैले अर्को बुवा पाएछु ल जे होस् म भाग्यमानी छु जस्तो लाग्यो त्यसपछि
Caim sa mahil gahelagus go hamlan an seach lí macharge tíigse agus iminse agus ahan náma hí gemon cortar lí lín na garge mar ma hétu mahar a treidjin sin agus a bheit fascailte agus a dún leis na daoine atá harta agus cinse go gastí tú gíní úra agus ar garge úra agus sin chuid smód am dearigid chuid na daoine se fásta lí cuidú lethar bhealaí éagsúla. Tá má níos mó aige agam, déit in bhaid níos mó dhéanú.
Ar am si tú an grán seo in Nepal?
No. Ach, well, tá sé ar bhealach de friúlar fad in Nepal. Well, níl ma geirí teite man rá in Neasa, níl ma geirí teite man rá lí. Tá sin harta rudaí elegum lí genú ní mailum gajírach an obsession a winin lina léhédí tá ma inta sesta a bheith mór lí daoine éagsúla an seo faoi mar atá ima ach ní hastíí an bhuam cinne leanan a bhaine bheith agam agus smailum a bheith iméanar inis.
कालले पनि हुन्छ होइन अहिले रनिङ गर्न सक्ने बेला अनि मैले नि अब गर्न सक्छु नि त अहिले त Carl thinks we should have to first house, and we are nearly we have a house, but we have to pay some payments or loan, and after when finished, because we have to need the money for the marriage also. Like it is impossible to make a house, you know. It is very huge project to make a house. Yeah. But I can make that house easily. With the help of Carl.
I began realizing how powerful we Westerners must seem to the Nepalese just because of our money. With a few euro, we could change people's lives so dramatically.
It's a very good magazine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. And in your village, Narayan, are there Maoists?
Yeah,
these days?
so many mouse. Black mouse. Small and big.
No.
Mouse. Yeah.
You're talking about a mouse? Musa?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Maoist.
Yes. I'm sorry. Mouse. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Those two words are so alike.
Yeah.
Mouse and Maoist.
I mean.
No, I mean... Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I have been to London to see the Queen.
Yeah.
What did you do there? I frightened a little mouse sitting on a chair.
Yeah.
Leave at your own discretion. Leave money at your discretion. Now, Narayan, there is your bicycle. Maybe you try. Try to see if you can. Be careful. You have to be careful. Oh. Anybody desperately wants to see me, or? Yeah, well, okay. Good. Past,
Jay ein Samahas. Jean Mitch to a goni, torch.
The men a lot of grodden art woofer. Ni fel mai hys bion, ni ebrahausha. Ach... Brahim go will Sesú éigin, a bheit just a tóirt seachas a bheit glacú rudaí, agus tugann siad rudaí dú. I mean, tugann siad an grá mór miltinaisian dú de hir agus tá den níornearthú rud an a dhéanú siad a mar sin, tugann siad taon na díglacha rud a bí hortú. Ní rud a bí acu lí tóirtú, a hahain a grí a ascailt agus an grásin a tacu a hortú.
Cathals have many friends in the hundreds friends in once time, maybe in the visit in Nepal. Sometime.
Hundreds of friends.
Yeah, maybe. Like
How many have you met around, approximately?
I think, I don't know actually, I don't know. Many friends. Sometimes we don't know Cathals as a friends. Yeah? Because Cathals have a shortly friendship him and then we did not meet him and sometimes. If Cathal wants to give the some people, he wants to the give because that is his that's the his desires or yeah. If Cathal will be happy, we'll be also happy.
Hello, how are you? I'm Prakash. Prakash Paudel. I am coming in this room. Yes. Thank you.
Is gom a caite mín tú is féidir Guinea, is féidir go le lailí daneat. Ag le siúil síos a tráid agus daneat a feicú amach. Ach, go minic ní bhín anna sin agus níl an narid sin spéisio go man sin inis. Tá se a bhaid ní spéisiú leithniú ar daneat agus go mau cardius adrin agus go mau mass agan ar a chéile agus orm agan dan a chéile. Go leor dan a bohulí sin brahim gohfuil grá cúdú. Agus na muine na grá sin nielas agam bím ar mo chafad, tá teorin a líthe réirtana. Agus ní hastí an bhuam go rahamid tras na deorinethe éirithe sin. Nis tá daoine dhéann agus dar nóia. Ba bhreilm go le leiletha, agus is féidir le go le leile, agus nuair is féidir leat betir nach bhfuil an dearpas céarnart le na dhéanú.
As the weeks passed, I met Cathal with more and more boys. Although I knew he was helping them, each new face brought more uncertainty. And I started searching their faces for answers. A few days before it was time for Cathal to return to Ireland, the hotel manager started talking to me as I waited in the lobby for Cathal to come down. I'd never really spoken to him before about anything more than housekeeping issues. But this morning he had something to say about Westerners.
They say, well, I want to help in Nepal and Nepalese, this and that. This is just blah, blah. Somehow they are taking benefit. That's the, I think, somehow, what do you call, like, due to poverty or like that.
What, like they pretend that they're here to help, but...
Yep, yeah. If somebody really wants to help Nepal or Nepalese, they should help without term and condition. Nepal, Sri Lanka, and other countries very poor. And everybody knows that. People, they just close their eyes.
At that moment, it seemed to me that the manager was trying to tell me something. It felt as though he was asking me to open my eyes. And I felt shame. Shame for not wanting to see.
Yeah, well, that will be better.
That will be better idea.
Once I get home, I'll talk to you about that.
Yeah.
You'll have a lot of cleaning up to do here.
Yeah.
Because you probably have to
Yeah.
rearrange the room.
Yeah. We need the whole
And
day.
then I have to,
Yeah.
I think I'll have to talk to you all of that. What thing?
Okay. Babu.
Have a nice and safe journey.
Thank you, Ravi, for meeting my heads. Okay, now, see you. And and good luck with your bicycle and studies, and I'll be in contact with you.
Okay.
Once I get there. Sagar! Good luck. See you soon. And Ravi, Slana Hashki.
Thank you.
See you in Ireland.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes. When you're a trained cook. Good luck with the cooking and all of that.
All this time, I'd wanted to stay loyal to Cathal and return home believing his stories. But now I could only think of the things I'd witnessed, but tried to ignore. The boy in the lodge, the boy with the bicycle, the boy in the ice cream shop, and on and on. I'd believed in Cathal, and I'd failed to confront him with my doubts. Instead, I clung to his stories of how he helped the boys, but I had never spoken directly to them. With the help of a counsellor, I decided to try and find some of them and talk to them.
त्यो स्वाभाविक रिस उठ्छ नि त्यही अब उसले यही गर्ने भयो भनेर अब आफू त फसेँ म अरू नफसोस् भनेर नै म अहिले अब नत्र इन्टरभ्यू दिएर मलाई अब के थियो र मभन्दा पछिको मेरो भाइहरू नफसोस् मेरो चाहना त्यति हो किनकि एउटा मात्र नभएर 50-60 जनाको भावनासँग खेलिएछ
I told him about my course in English book also, and he told me you take your English books and you stay in my room. And I take my books also, and he doesn't look my books.
कति पैसा दिएको थियो के गर्नलाई भनेर
पढ्नलाई
पढ्नलाई तिम्रो बुवा आमाको बारेमा उसले सोध्यो कि सोधेन घर कहाँ सोध्यो उसले पैसा के बुवाले पढ्न खर्च दिन सक्नुहुन्न भन्ने हिसाबले दिएको कि यो राख भनेर कुन
त्यो राख्ने थियो
त्यस पछाडि के भयो
त्यस पछाडि 3 दिनपछि त्यो कहाँ पर्छ भन्दाखेरि मैले 3 स्वर खुट्टे भनेको थिएँ अनि कलेजमै त्यो छुट्टी हुने बेला गेटमा गइराखेको रहेछ गएर जाइन भने त्यहाँबाट गयो अनि गएपछि त्यहाँ गयो होटलमा गयो रुममा लिएर गयो पहिला
त्यो चाहिँ पहिलोचोटि चाहिँ कस्तो भने अब पहिलोचोटि चाहिँ मैले त फर्स्ट टाइम यस्तो साह्रो मेरो भएको थिएन होइन साथीहरूसँग पनि अब चाहिँ त्यस्तो भएको थिएन अनि चाहिँ पहिलोचोटि हुँदाखेरि यहाँ चाहिँ अनि त्यो हुँदाखेरि यहाँ उसले चाहिँ बिहान उठेर चाहिँ उसले भन्यो कि तिमी चाहिँ उठेर जाऊ अब मलाई नभेट सेक्स कम्प्लिट गर्ने ऊ भएन तिमीले चाहिँ भनेर भन्यो क्या उसले अनि त्यसो भनेपछि मैले चाहिँ अहिले काउकुदले चाहिँ उसले टच गरिसकेपछि मलाई चाहिँ यस्तो यस्तो काउकुद भएर चाहिँ स्माइल भयो फर्स्ट टाइम भएर हो भनेपछि अनि उसले चाहिँ अनि पछि बुझ्यो अनि त्यसपछि अनि सेकेन्ड टाइमबाट चाहिँ अलि त्यस्तो गरेन फर्स्ट टाइममा चाहिँ ऊ रिसाउनु खोज्यो अनि मैले यस्तो यस्तो भयो मेरो चाहिँ काउकुद लाएर चाहिँ मैले फुल गर्ने
अनि त्यहाँ माथि नि अब माथि लगेर ब्लू फिल्म देखाउँथ्यो अनि पछि गएर त्यो लाने त्यो सुमसुमाउने होइन अनि त्यहाँबाट त्यो ड्रेस खोलिदिने अनि त्यहाँबाट त्यो अब यो भनौँ न गुप्ताङ होइन गुप्ताङ्गहरूमा नि होइन चलाइदिने त्यसो गर्थ्यो
Most of the time his hand is in my penis also. In morning he told me I love sex, but what is sex? I asked him, and he told me it is complex. He close to with me and he touched myself, but I don't like that, and I also nervous. I am very shy, so he bought myself.
Each had a similar story. They were on their way to college when they met Cathal, a friendly Westerner who seemed interested in their lives. He gave them money, a month's wages, sometimes 2 or 3 months, and told them it was for their studies. He gave them his hotel card and asked them to come and visit. They went to his room, and each time they came, they left with some money, or clothes, or promise of a bike. Although they were 16 years or older, they'd never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend before. But this is how they do it in the West, they were told. And after all, Westerners are like gods in Nepal. And if you're lucky, you might meet one. I returned to Ireland, knowing that I now had to face Cathal. My trip back to his home was filled with sadness. So much had changed for me. The Nepalese prayer flags and wall hangings were no longer mysterious or exotic, but something else had changed inside me too. Cathal's spell was broken, and I was no longer in awe of him. There was nothing else to do but to face him.
Those boys have come out very, very strongly saying, that I have abused them, that I have done this and that to them. For me, that is not the truth.
Well, what is the truth?
Well, the truth is, I certainly, boys came to my room, because my room is open all the time. Certainly had sex with some of them. Yes. But it wasn't, I wasn't coercing them into having sex with me. I mean, that door was open all the time. I mean,
but some of them, Conor, are young, they're vulnerable, some of them, they don't understand what homosexuality is.
Yes. well, this was one thing.
They may not have the same sense of self-esteem. They may not know, you know, they might be caught in a corner.
Yes, of course, I understand that, absolutely. But, you know, if you had asked them, I had explained to them exactly what I was.
But young Naran said he knew nothing about sex. He didn't even know that homosexuality existed. You said you asked him to come to his room and bring his school books and spend the night with him. And why would you ask him to come to your room to bring his school books and then not look at his school books?
No,
He said he thought you were going to help him with his lessons.
Yes, but I did also help him with his lessons.
So why would he spend the night with you?
Well, why? Why not? Well, why not?
You allowed me into your life and showed me what you found precious. Our journey together started in brightness, but slipped into darkness. It began full of hope and empowerment, but became a story of dependency. When the boys told me of their feelings of hurt and bewilderment, I knew I would have to confront you. But you could not see what you had done. This was not the journey I wanted to go on. This was not the story I wanted to tell. I had become a witness to a different tale.